Hey guys, Destiny right here, one of the co-founders of Bold. If you're watching this, you probably have already watched Tia's video on some tools for networking. It's a recap of our last mixer that focused on networking. And so now this video is just going a little deeper and really thinking about how we holistically approach networking, how it's so connected to our personal lives. And so we've got some questions for you, 3 in fact. So the first one is, what is your history with people of perceived power? Whether that be your parent, a teacher, a boss, what is your history, even from childhood, with how you ask for things, how you approach people of perceived power, because those things are going to directly affect how you network. For me, for instance, growing up, I had no problem with asking, but I always knew that if I asked, I was bothering someone. So when I, as an adult, when I network, I don't always have an issue with speaking, but I do leave a lot of times feeling like I was being annoying or bothersome, and that affects my follow-up and my follow-through. I don't want to send emails reminding people of what we talked about, and so that's something that's so directly connected to something, a belief that I developed as a child, and so it travels with me, and I have to be aware of that. So you can pause the video right now and ask yourself that. What is my relationship with people of perceived power, and how does that affect how I network as an adult? So pause right now and answer that question. All right, I hope you had a good time answering that question, and a lot of things came up for you that are going to change the way that you network next time you go out. The next question is, do you believe you have something to offer? And it's kind of a trick question because I believe that intrinsically everyone has something to offer. It's why we are here on this planet. But sometimes the barrier to us even showing up at a networking event or at a party is the not believing that we have anything to offer people. So in this question, I'm going to challenge you to sit down and make a list of things that you're killing it at. Things that you are very skilled at, whether that be gifts, personality traits, talents, tools. Write down all of those things, which sometimes is really hard because we don't always like to admit what our strengths are. And then write what your weaknesses are, or areas that you want to grow in and you want to see growth in, or that you might be lacking in, personality traits, giftings, talents. And then I'm going to challenge you to ask 3 friends the same question about yourself and see what their answers are and see where they match up, where you're like, oh, I am really good at taking in information, and your friend is like, you take in information like no one I've ever seen. So write those things down and see where they match up. And that way, next time you go in, you just feel deeply rooted and confident in what you have to offer. So pause the video right now and do that exercise. I'll give you some time. Okay, I hope that exercise was super helpful and you have friends that are super thorough that help you with that, because you've got stuff to offer. But anyway, so the last question is, what do you want? And not just what do you want, find who has it, go get it, but what is it that you want and desire and see accomplished in your life? And what do you want to see manifested even in this year? I really struggle with this. And a exercise that I'm doing right now, I'm an actress and a singer and dancer, and so I'm really challenging myself to ask myself, if a writer-composer team approached you and said, Destiny, what is it? We want to write a musical for you, starring you. What should it be about? What do you want to tell the story of? Would I have that answer? And to be honest, I don't right now. And I think that's because a lot of times as artists, and personally, I operate out of this scarcity mentality that I want whatever I can get and whatever is available because I need to pay bills, and that is so limiting. And so we have to break that and really ask ourselves, what do I want? What do my gifts and talents and my story add up to desire, and what is it leading me to share? Because it's important. And going back to our last question, because you have something to offer in that. So pause the video and ask yourself, brainstorm for at least 5 minutes. What do you want? Amazing. So we want to hear just how you guys benefited from these videos, from these questions. So comment below, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, but also come to our next mixer on December 28th. We're going to be talking about goals and setting goals. Tia and I are going to walk you through just some amazing questions and tips to seeing some things be accomplished this year. We bet 2017 was a great year for you in seeing things you wanted to see be accomplished, and we want to make sure that next year is just as amazing. So join us December 28th at the Courtyard Marriott, 1717 Broadway, across from Shetler Studios, 4th floor. Hope to see you there, and keep being bold.